So here it is, guys. The SF8-3 card came with the Rolnd suite, which is the master toolkit, the tempo map effect or delay echo, the stereo reverb, the vocal strip, which the vocal strip is actually pretty cool to use on different things, not just on vocals, and then the preamp modeling. So to install the card, you want to turn the VS2480 upside down, and then here's this panel right here. You just take out the screws. I've already done that. Here's the screws. Now you have a B, C, and D slot. You want to put the VS8F-3 card in slot A, the key card. You always want to put that in A, so that way the VS2480 can read the card. All right, so I'm going to put this plate back on and take it back to the studio. All right, once your VS2480 is turned on, I'm gonna go ahead and install the software disk. So now I'm gonna press the CD rewritable button or mastering button. And you see the list, install, plug-in, or plug-in install. I'm gonna hit yes. Still reading. All right, so I'm gonna hit F5 for plug-in install. Install plug-in. I had to click installed, yes, I want to install, and it actually, are you sure you really want to? I click yes. So after recording this, I did hook everything up, plugged it in and turned it on, and noticed that one of the cards wasn't being recognized. And it's because this card here needs to be right here. A, B, C installed there first, and then if I had another card, I would install it in D. So just make sure it's in that order. If you got 2 cards, it needs to be in A and B slot. If you got 3 cards, A, B, C, and of course 4, A, B, C, D. Each card can run 2 insert effects. Now, depending on the effect you use, one effect might actually take 2 slots. Right now on FX1, I have an amp modeling, and then FX2, I have the master suite. But if I switch it, one of them to delay, let's select. All right. If I select the delay, doesn't matter which one. Let's say the analog delay. Watch watch FX2 disappear. See, because using delay actually takes up 2 slots. So unfortunately, with one card, I can only have that one delay, and I couldn't like have a delay and a reverb running off of one card. I'm not going to do an in-depth comparison today, but I will say it looks way better. Everything's in front of you. You don't have to click on extra tabs to get to different parts of the effect versus on the VS8 card. If I want to adjust the EQ on there, I have to hit tab and I can adjust the EQ. You just have to flip screens like this. Of course, depending on the effect, you could have 3 different screens or 4 different screens that you have to go through. Where with the VS8 card, everything's in front of you. The 3 card is not as quick to load as the 2 card. So here's the 3. If I want to edit it, takes a little second, but let's say the 2 card, boom. As soon as I click edit, it pops up. I haven't really worked with it a lot yet or spent a lot of time with it. I will say I feel like the effects sound a little bit better, not miles ahead. Of course, I'm just comparing it to the Rolnd suite and not the other ones that you can get. As far as delay specifically compared to the 2 card, the biggest difference really is the fact that it can be synced with the tempo of your project. And that's pretty big, because that's one of the things that I kind of felt, sometimes depending on what I was doing, I wanted a tempo synced delay, and you have to do it manually when you're using the 2 card. Another huge plus is the fact that you have a monitor right there where, especially when you're mastering, you have to use the 2480 meter strip that you can buy extra for, which people overprice those things. You have to buy one of those, or when you're mastering, you can actually look at the screen physically on the VS2480 and see the metering. But this is so much better, having the meter right there while you're mixing. All right, so it looks better. It has meters. It sounds a little bit better, I think. Like I said, so far I'm just touching it, so I don't want to speak too much on sound, but I think it sounds better. But is it worth the asking price that people ask for these cards? All right, so I'm on eBay searching for the VS8F-3 cards, and this is what I found. You got the one up top. We're gonna go back to that one, but you got this one. It's $395. Doesn't come with software. It's just a card. You got $350 plus 18. You might say $370. That does come with the Rolnd software, which is cool. Then you got $450 right here plus $5 shipping. Does not come with any software. It says it comes with an installation software. Then you got this up top. Basically $550 plus $53 shipping. So you might as well say $600. For $600, I can get a bag. I can get a VS2000 recorder. Doesn't look like it's in bad shape. And you come with a VS8F-3 card with Rolnd software. It has the manuals. It's a nice carrying case for $600. Why would anyone spend $400 on a card with no software, no nothing, just a card for $400 when there's someone selling with a card, the software, and the recorder for $600? So I don't care what anyone says. I think $400 is overpriced. I've seen one guy selling 3. There were new, unopened 3 cards for $1,700. Too much. Now I say this loosely because it really all depends on your financial situation. If you just have the money and you don't mind spending it, then I guess it could be worth it to you, but there are alternatives. Yes, having it inside the VS2480, it's very convenient and be able to load it in the unit. But you can also send to outboard gear such as this TC Electronic M1XL. I got the Boss SX700. I got the Lexicon MPX500, and I send to them all the time, and they do tempo-based delays and stuff like that. So when it comes to effects, you can always send it out. And there's 8 sends on the unit itself, so that's a great alternative. Just buy an outboard gear and send it out. Now, one may say, well, if I have to buy outboard gear, wouldn't it be just as expensive going that route? Maybe, depends on who you buy it from. I mean, I've gotten deals on my outboard gear. I didn't pay $400 for one, that's for sure. Plus, let's be honest here. If your VS2480 dies today, your card is useless. You cannot use it. Where my outboard gear, I can always incorporate it in something else. Another alternative is using your computer. Like at my local Goodwill, I can buy a computer with 16 gigs of RAM for $200. Buy a Behringer UMC 1820, do an aux send from your VS2480 to the Behringer UMC 1820, and use software effects in there, and then you can send it to different inputs on the interface. No, I'm not saying that's going to be like your favorite way to work, because the whole point of using 2480 is to kind of get away from the traditional computer, but it is an alternative. I would rather do that than pay $1,800 or $1,700 for 3 cards. So how much do I think they're really worth? What's the good price? I would say $250 to $300. Anything over $300 to me is overpriced. Again, that's going to depend on the person, but for me, I feel like you're just charging too much because they don't make any more, and they are cool to have, but I think if you're starting to pay over $300, I think you're paying too much. There's someone in my state selling a 2480 for $400. I'm not going to pay that much for just a card. And for those who will say, well, the market determines whether something is overpriced or not, well, I'm going to tell you, those cards have been sitting on eBay and on Reverb for a long time, months and months, because nobody's going to pay that kind of price. So the market has really told these people that their stuff is overpriced and they need to lower the price. Well, if they want to sell it. So thanks for watching. I'm going to do more experimentation with these effects and really dig deep. Look out for those videos. Peace.